Now, here in the south, flooding can pose a potential risk for hundreds of households. Let's remember, of course, at the beginning of last year, and we saw these scenes in Hambledon, where locals were forced to protect their properties with sandbags. In February, heavy flooding left problems on the roads in Romsey, and then again in April, people in Winchester were left clearing up the damage after flooding there. So what's the solution? Could it be a revolutionary new flood protection system that has just been installed at a cottage in Dorset? Its designers claim it makes homes flood-proof. Roger Finn's been finding out.
This 17th century cottage in the Dorset village of Winterbourne Kingston may well be the future of flood defence. Today the stream that runs beside it is a gentle trickle, but a year ago it was a torrent.
Pretty traumatic. To have your house completely surrounded by water as a moat was traumatic, and then it also came in through the cob walls which sucked up the water like a sponge. My main concern was not only to save us from future trauma from flooding, but actually to save the value of the house.
The answer is an ark, the name bestowed by its unlikely inventor.
So on this side is a concrete wall which goes down 2 metres into the ground.
Alexis Smith has a background in business and entertainment. Her flood defence idea was worked through with the help of a university professor. The wall surrounds much of the house, its underground depth determined by the soil conditions. So far, so simple.
The wall protects you from the river, but what about the groundwater? How do you cope with that?
Well, groundwater inside the ark is pulled down through a system of drains and sensors, which all filter into the large sump which you're standing next to. And it collects in a huge area, which is then pumped out via the outflow which is behind us.
The whole system is fully automatic. As soon as the groundwater levels pose a threat, water is pumped into the sump and then discharged out into the stream, all based on a crude early prototype.
I went to the high street and I bought a bucket and some sand and a pump from a fish tank and put it all together and built it myself, which I was quite proud with, and watched it, and it actually worked. It kept one side dry and one side wet.
Alexis Smith took her idea to Imperial College, where one of the world's leading hydrologists seized on it. He believes this system has much wider possibilities.
Can be used of group of houses, can be used of the bigger properties like hotels, hospitals and other assets, and also could be in a way used for the whole village. Of course, sometimes it would be necessary to split it up in small groups, but yes, it can be scaled up.
It does not come cheap. The company reckons on a system costing anywhere from 7 to 15% of the house value. But for that, you get a guarantee backed by full flood insurance.
I feel rather pleased to be the only house in England that is guaranteed now not to flood.
The company now has orders for 5 more arks. Roger Finn for BBC South Today at Winterbourne, Kingston.